Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Turn of Ages. It's the day of Yuji, and we're back for a winter's daydream. So, hip hip hooray. And hello, Sans. Hope you're having a good night. If you don't remember the first three parts, well, long story short, our grandmother became young again, and people think I'm dating her. That's pretty much it. You gotta love crazy Japan crap, right? So let's see what happens, shall we? This is really delicious. My grandmother smiles brightly, cupping her cheek with one hand as she lets the vanilla ice cream melt across her tongue. So many dirty images there if you just walked in and heard that and not seeing the picture. I watch her over the rim of my coffee cup as I take a sip. After we finished shopping, we decided to go to a small cafe to sit down and relax. Or to be more precise, my grandmother decided to go to a small cafe to sit down and relax. I just tagged along because what other choice did I have? Since this is the same cafe my grandmother used to frequent with my grandfather, however. Unlike the homey pass-through cafe of my grandmother's memories, this cafe is relatively new. Though, and when I say new, it should be taken with a pinch of salt. In Tokyo, buildings are constructed every day, far more than one could ever count. But in my sleepy corner of the world, what constants is new or novel is a little different. It's been a while, but I have vague memories of this place and its flower-shaped tabletops. I think my parents took me and Otogo here a few times when we were kids. If my memories can be trusted, and I like to think they can, I hope I don't have dementia just yet. This place must be at least a decade old. I don't think my grandmother's been here before though, and it stands to reason that she wouldn't have. This cafe is obviously intended for youngsters, and the decor is a little more modern than that of other stores in my town. Unlike the other cafes, this place doesn't sell traditional Japanese snacks and green tea. Green tea is still listed on the menu, of course, but most people come here for the coffee and the cakes. The cakes are all distinctly Western themed. Cheesecakes, carrot cake, which I hate carrot cake by the way because I'm allergic to it, and chocolate good, whatever the hell that word is. They even carry strawberry tarts, Marino grisards, and little macaroons. I do love macaroons though. The cakes and pastries are arranged neatly behind the counter. The strawberries of the fruit tarts glisten beneath the bright lights, and the thick slices of chocolate cake have been sprinkled literally with curls of white chocolate and cocoa powder. So this cafe is called the Diabetes Cafe, right? Diabetes. Delicious through the cake's looks, my grandmother decided to pass them by. She said cake was too heavy and she wanted to watch her figure. It's changing far too much lately. And with that, she settled on a fruit parfait instead. My grandmother said the parfait was a light snack, but it's quite a formidable amount of ice cream. Are you sure you'll be able to eat all that? Oh, you, don't be so stuffy. You only live once. I know, but I don't want you to regret it later. That's very kind of you, dear, but you're forgetting something. What? I've been alive for more than 80 years. I think I know my own body better than you do. My grandmother paused and glanced around her brand new body with its smooth skin and slender, sharply fingers. Oh god, not again. Well, maybe not this body. It's been a while since I looked at this. Whatever you say, just don't make yourself sick. Oh, you... What? I'm just enjoying myself. People always talk us elderly folk like we're children, but we're much more knowledgeable about the world than you like to give us credit for. Yeah. My face flushes a little from the shame. Though my grandmother said it lately with a small smile on her lips, I'd rather think she just scolded me. I'm starting to think the one who wrote this writes for WWE. Just a thought. I dipped my head setting on my coffee bag on my saucer with a soft clunk. I'm sorry. No need to apologize. Damn potato bug. There's no harm. Now I'm going to enjoy my parfait. All of it? All of it. My grandmother looks me slyly from beneath her eyelashes. Unless you'd like to try a bite, no thanks, I'm good. Sharing a pamphlet with a pretty girl might seem like an attractive idea, but that's only if said girl isn't your grandmother. That ruins the fantasy somewhat. Oh well, suit yourself. All the more for me. My grandmother dips her spoon into the parfait and brings it to her lips. It's delicious. I'll take your word for it. I'll take another sip of my black coffee. My grandmother watches me curiously. Are you sure you don't want a bite to eat, you? It's my treat since you've been such a good boy. Oh, no you don't. What do you mean? This is my treat because you always looked out for me. I don't mind paying. That's nice of you, do, but you spent quite enough on your sister already. I don't want you to strain your finances any further. Well, I shift my seat, my leg brushes against the plastic bag laying beneath my chair, which rustles. Though the pins I bought were rather tiny, the shopkeeper didn't have any suitable bags to stash it away in. I had to settle for a large, bulky bag instead. My grandmother's chemo and oboe rest in a similar plastic bag beneath her chair, folded neatly so they don't get... Geez, the pins were expensive, I guess, but nothing. You're a poor student, you, and I don't want you living on instant noodles for the next month. Ugh. How did she know I was worrying about that exact same thing? Now, stop being silly. I want to pay for you. You're my grandson, and I haven't had a chance to spoil you for a while. I don't really like being pampered. I've been living on my own for several months, and I'm capable of looking after myself now. At least, that's what I'd like to tell myself, but now I can't turn down my grandmother's kindness when she's looks so earnest. In the end, all I can do is request signing the feet as I do so. Alright, if it will make you happy, you can do whatever you want. Very good, that's the spirit. My grandmother nods her head, braids bouncing. Her smile is bright, it's almost dazzling. I'm not sure why she looks so happy when all I did was allow her the grand honor of spending money on me, but I guess my grandmother is the kind of woman who likes looking after others. I do wonder if that's why she bought Lister from that specialty doll shop in France. Is it because she wanted a little girl to spoil? Just seems she ended up with my dad instead. My dad sounds like he was a regular menace in his youth. He certainly didn't like being fussed over, and he was forever darting around with a dirty face and bruises on his knees. If my grandmother wants to dart on me while she can, I should let her. It won't do any damage, and I don't buy anything expensive. Letting a woman pay for my drink seems a bit ungentlemanly, but this isn't just any woman. No matter how young she looks, she's still my grandmother, and this is only a cup of coffee. I guess this isn't such a huge indignity to suffer. Now, my grandmother graces at the display of cakes with a twinkle in her eyes. I can only treat you when all you bought is coffee, can't I? Jeez, I guess I should have seen this coming. I don't really want anything else. Nonsense, you're a growing boy, but I'm not a big fan of sweets. You might not be, but I am. We come to a nice little cafe and I want to see all the cakes and pastries they have to offer. Otherwise, it would seem like a waste. You just want to satisfy your own curiosity. More or less. So much for wanting to dart on her only grandson. How shameless. I can't afford to be shameless. Every once in a while, it's fun. I guess if my grandmother wants to order more food to cover our table and pretty decorations, I can't complain too much. Some money she'll be spending, not mine. Plus, if I had my own snack to pick at, it might make this situation look less awkward. One young boy, one young girl, and one parfait in the middle of the table. What are people going to think? Of course it looks like a date. The waitress gave us a knowing smile and a wink when she brought the parfait to our table, though she expected us to start exchanging bites of ice cream and accidentally indirectly kiss in front of everyone. If you want to spend money on me so badly, then, what did I used to have when I came here with my parents an hour ago? What should I choose? Is there anything you're craving, you? Cheesecake, chocolate cake, a chocolate roll? That sounds too rich for me. Especially as a cake here is so big. I've eaten too much in Tokyo over the last year. I'll have to try and shed some of this excess weight or Otako would never stop teasing me. Maybe a lemon ball. It seems like the healthiest option. My grandmother doesn't look particularly happy with my choice. She pouts a look like a little kid and folds her arm across her chest. Isn't that very exciting, you? Live a little. I'm living plenty as it is, thank you very much. Oh, right, very well. I see you can't budge. One lemon ball it is. Thank you. Goodness. My grandmother smiles and shakes her head. You've always been such a fluffy little boy. Containing, some might say, my chemia was the same. How is it wanting a lemon ball? Contrary. Hey, Fine Ninja!
Did I turn right when you started?
Nah, it's been starting for a little bit. So how was your party?
What party?
The one with V10 Beetle and Wappa Man.
How was it?
I don't know, was it fun?
I mean, all we did was stick around.
So a room full of men just had their dicks going around. Okay, moving
That's
on.
not what I meant. You
But my-
know very well what I meant.
But my grandmother doesn't elaborate on this point. Instead, she calls a
No,
waitress over and
we
apprehends the
don't
lemon
have
ball
references.
onto our order. The waitress nods her head and jots my order down in her notepad, but she gives me a funny look as she does so. Maybe she's wondering why I'm making my girlfriend order on my behalf, and if she is, I can't exactly fault her for it as much as I'd like to. This cafe is popular with younger people, including couples. There are several couples sitting in the circular tables about us, sharing parfaits and looking at one another wistfully. Me and my grandmother must look just like them. I groaned. What's wrong, dear? Nothing. Explaining it would be far too... Explaining it would be far too embarrassing. Are you sure it's nothing? You're not regretting your order, are you? Do you want a tiny piece of caramel shortbread instead? Or maybe something with a bit more chocolate? She's trying to sound concerned, but she looks so hopeful. Her true intentions are immediate obvious. You're so transparent. What do you mean? If you want to try the caramel shortbread that boy, why didn't you just order it for yourself? Oh no, I couldn't possibly. I have to eat all my parfait. Yes, well, go and do it then. Don't let me stop you. You. My grandmother pouts. You're acting something. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. You're being so harsh. But it's alright. Your dear grandmother loves you all the same. In fact, I love you so much I need to teach you a lesson.
No.
Oh, God. So saying, my grandmother kicks me beneath the table and sticks her tongue out. I glare at her. And what's that supposed to teach me? That you should respect your elders.
This is turning into something completely different. And I see you didn't title it what I said you should title it.
Because I forgot what we were supposed to title it. I'm sorry.
A winter's blanket dream.
Oh. I fold my arms across my chest and trying to ignore the smarting in my thigh. My grandmother's always been a mischievous woman, and she likes playing pranks on people. Her body might have reverted to that of her teenage years, but her mind is just the same as ever. In fact, I think she's even worse now. It's a miracle I've been able to survive this long. What trials and tribulations...
Yeah, she's definitely going for good.
What trials and tribulations will I be put through next?
Your resident ghoul here does not approve of this game.
It's been such a long time since I last came to this place. The door opens with a thud. The bell dings, signaling to have another customer. 2 customers, in fact. One is a girl with curly, honey brown hair, obviously dyed. Her darker roots are starting to show near the top of her head. The other girl has dark, straight hair, very long fingernails, and a small squirrel on her face. I know that squirrel.
Really?
I know that girl.
Very clearly dyed hair. It's all yellow.
I know.
The hell kind of dyed? Yeah, I can see the roots from here.
I don't think the English translation picked up well. This place is kind of shabby, but it's the best we have around here. At least the pictures are pretty good. I'll take your word for it. I never been here before. I wanted Dad to take me when I was a kid, but he always said no. Too many places like this are bright in our historical village. Living with your dad sounds...
Why you said no.
Living with your dad sounds like a huge pain in the ass, Emma. Tell me about it. Dad's so melodramatic. I can't wait till I can move out. I want to get as far away from this place as possible. Same here. There's like nothing here. Absolutely nothing.
Agree.
It pisses me off that my stupid brother gets to go off to Tokyo and he doesn't even realize what a huge opportunity he has. It's like he doesn't even care. Meanwhile, I'm stuck here. I feel like I'm dying.
I know, right?
You's like so insensitive. Gag me with a spoon. I know, right? He's so wrapped up in himself he doesn't. Article process.
No.
What?
No gagging with spoons. No. Stop it. No. No. We are not going this far. Stop it. No. No more. End of stream. The end. Bye.
Article pauses. She looks at me, her heavily made-up eyes narrowing. Thanks to the large amount of mascara she always wears, when she narrows her eyes, they narrow mostly impressively. There's nothing more threatening in this world than Artico's glares. She really puts her all into them. You? chill but hisses my name, like it's some kind of contagious disease. What are you doing? I sigh. Is it really the greeting I deserve? Being an older brother is so depressing. Fire Ninja, you're an older brother. Is it really depressing?
Yes.
Hey there, Ottigo. That's Otium to you. Sorry. Hi, Otium, and hi, Emerald. Nakamura Emerald, Mr. Nakamura's daughter, looks at me with mischievous eyes. She doesn't wear them quite as much makeup as Ottigo, and isn't extremely appalled, so her sideways glance is a little lacking in outright malice, but it's still frosty enough. Temperature in cafe seems to have dropped a good 5 degrees. Why are you in this town? I thought you were meant to be visiting grandmother. That's what you said. She raises a good point. How can I talk my way out of this? I know it's what I said, but you were lying to me. I wasn't lying. I did go and see grandmother, but if you want to see our darling grandmother, then who's this?
Her.
Yeah, you're right. I ought to go gestures towards our grandmother, who she obviously doesn't recognize. I never seen her before. Well, I guess the whole "she's my cousin" line I used on the shopkeeper at the antique store won't work here. Ottigo is my little sister, and she knows just as well as I do that we don't have any cousins who look like this.
That she knows.
How funny. Ottigo peers at our grandmother curiously. I swear I haven't met her before, but she does look a little familiar. Of course she looks familiar. She's our own grandmother. Though she's changed quite a bit from the woman she used to be. With her wrinkled neck and her tumbling spider-like hands, she's still all flesh and blood. She has a little bit of Ottigo about her, actually. They have the same nose, similar mouths, and the striking dark eyes both Ottigo and I possess. Huh? Do you know her? I don't know. Well, I don't think she lives around here. Dad knows like everyone who lives around here. He's such a busybody. He can't help knowing people. He's a bus driver. Secretly, however, I agree with Emerald's assessment. I do think that Mr. Nakamura is a bit of a busybody. The embarrassing questions he asked me earlier didn't help his case. I guess she's kinda cute. Her clothes are a little old-fashioned now. My grandmother ducks her head, pressing her hand against her mouth. I think she's trying not to laugh, but Emma obviously interrupts her silence as shyness. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, offend you. Though Emma looks like the kind of girl who goes to parties every other day, she isn't. I know because she's my little sister's friend. She spent most of her teenage years at our house watching television shows on TV with Ottigo. Emma, despite her sharp makeup and her sharper tongue, is actually something of a sweetheart. She's nicer to me than Ottigo is. Then again, most people are nicer to me than Ottigo. Oh, it's no worry. It's nice to meet you. You too. Please, this isn't the time for it. It's very nice to meet yous. Isn't it? I was just trying to be polite. There's something seriously wrong here. Who is this girl, you? And why were you keeping her a secret? Well, the thing is, I want to use friends from the university. He invited me over during the winter holidays, and I've always wanted to see the countryside. You mean you came from Tokyo? That's right. Wow, so cool. Okay, this line just doesn't make any sense. I'm about to read. Amy was looking at my grandmother with such awe you think she's the second coming of Christ. People who hail from the city are regarded as a superior species around these parts, particularly amongst girls like Emma and Ottigo, who follow fashion magazines with religious zeal.
Emma, it's Emmy.
Emmy, whatever. Just call me Lupin the Third, alright? And make a point of ordering all their clothes and shoes online. But even if you say that, you don't sound like you come from Tokyo. What do you mean, dear? The accent isn't right.
Jump off the bridge.
Emma is sharper than she looks. She managed to outstooth her own father in only a matter of seconds. Then again, it's natural. Miss E would be able to tell the difference. She and Ottigo were forever talking about TV drama set in the city from what I can remember. It's true too, people from the city really do talk differently than people from tiny towns like ours. Oh well, maybe I picked it up from talking to you so much. So, you talk to you a lot. That's right. Ottigo's lips pressed together. She doesn't look convinced. I don't mind if you want to hang out with your girlfriend, though I can hardly believe a loser like you managed to get a girlfriend in the first place, but you shouldn't lie about it. Don't say you're going to visit Grandma Don't say you're going to visit Grandma when you're going to hang out with her instead. It's like you think I'm stupid or something. Yeah, if you were meeting somebody from Tokyo, you should have said, that's like common courtesy. I'm sorry, sometimes my you gets a bit carried away. He can be so harsh. That's not the word I would use. He's totally thoughtless. Hey now, don't you think you're being unfair? I'm not being unfair. You're the one who's unfair. You're treating me like a moron and trying to keep secrets. I wasn't keeping a secret. Then why are you with this girl? Why do you even care? I don't think you had any interest in my personal life. You act like you can't stand to be around me half the time. I don't have any interest in your life. But I don't expect being lied to either. My fingers, which are resting on my lap beneath the table, start to clench. I'm getting riled up despite myself. I want to remain calm and level-headed, but there's a Herculean tax when I'm with Ortego. She has a way of glaring at me like I'm nothing more than a piece of trash on a street corner. She doesn't even look me in the eyes when we speak, not politely. It's like she can't bear to be in the same room as me. Why do you always have to blow things out of proportion? You just want to be angry for the sake of being angry. I get that you don't like me, and we're never going to get along, but you don't need to turn everything into such a drama. I shouldn't need to ask your permission before I talk to another girl or to go, and I don't see how it has anything to do with you. It has everything to do with me. We're family, and family shouldn't keep secrets like this. Like you, Kill. Why don't you just, what? Why don't I just what, you? I opened my mouth ready to report with something stupid and hurtful and not entirely well thought out, when you... My grandmother rests her steadying hand on my shoulder. That's enough. I blink. The red haze fades from my vision. Slowly, I'm pulled back into reality, but I can't call reality at all that welcoming. My new reality is cold, bickering, and unpleasant. My grandmother's fruitful prayer is slowly melting. All the patrons in this cafe are glaring at me. I sigh. I don't like being at the center of attention. It makes me feel awkward and uncomfortable. I'm sorry, Ortego. I don't mean it like that. I was just... Oh, you. Oh no, you. You meant every word you said. I can tell. You're not very good at lying. She glances at our grandmother. At least I never thought you were. Ortego. It's unreal, and I don't want to waste any more time on you. Not if you can't even remember my name. Let's go, Emma. Right, yeah, let's go. I don't want to stay here anyway. It's like really plain and tacky. Totally, and as for the kind of people who come here, Ortego glances at me. The less said about them, the better. And with that, both Emma and Ortego leave. The door is thushed behind them. Ortego isn't the kind of person who minds her manners, and the bell rings. In their absence, the cafe suddenly seems a lot quieter. Maybe it's because everyone's still watching us. I stare into my cup of black coffee. My reflection stares back at me. It looks as tired as I feel. My grandmother's portrait has melted into a lukewarm puddle of fruit-freckled sludge at the bottom of the glass, and my coffee's stone cold. Fantastic. I sigh deeply. I even went out of my way to buy a present for Ortego, too. I just wanted us to get along a little better. So much for that wish. After the dramatic incident in the cafe, all the fun seems to vanish from my shopping trip with my grandmother. I down my cold coffee in one gulp, consume my lemon bar in 2 bites. As it turns out, the second bite is a bit too big for me to manage, and I choke. My grandmother has to reach across the table and pat me on the back, which is more than a little embarrassing. I should be old enough by now to eat my food unaided. Then, after rambling out a few more shops, and along with any real aim or purpose, the two of us go back to my grandmother's house. It sounds simple when I say it like that, but the reality is anything but. The bus back to my grandmother's small village is running frequently, especially during the winter months, when snow and ice coat that road. The bus only makes the long, slow run from the village to town twice a day, and this afternoon it's more than a half-hour late. Fortunately, it isn't snowing, but it's very cold, and my fingers feel as though they're about to drop off, particularly those gripping the carrying bag that contains Ortego's present. I doubt Ortego will even care about her gift. I was being foolish when I bought it for her. I let myself get swept away in a brief flickering moment of whatever. If I had half a brain, I'd realize my little sister doesn't care for sentiments. It's a matter as such to her as old-fashioned jewelry from the 1920s. Which is to say, not a lot. Oh well, we all make mistakes. After another journey that lasts 2 hours, during which we get bumped about inside an old bus that smells more than a little musty, my grandmother and I finally return home. Now, I'm sitting in my grandmother's living room, my legs beneath the cot stool, my eyes trained on the sky beyond the window. It's already dark. My grandmother and I didn't go out for all that long. All told, our little excursion lasted about 3 hours. That's before you account for the extra 4 hours we spent on the bus traveling there and back. All of a sudden, it seems like we had an incredible busy day, and it doesn't help that I had much to eat. Breakfast feels like a century ago, and the lemon bar I was treated to at my grandmother's insistence was hardly enough to fill me. I sigh. My grandmother, who's sitting opposite me at the curio, gives me a questioning look. Are you alright, you? I'm fine. Are you sure? You look a little down, dear. Must be that time of year. I know what you mean. It's rather cold outside and it gets dark so early these days. I glance at the clock on my grandmother's wall. It's an old clock. Not quite as old as my grandmother, though. It always seems to be either 5 minutes too slow or 5 minutes too fast. It's loud, too.
It's both.
The moment of the clock hands fills the house with a series of slow, steady tick-tick-ticks. According to the clock, it's 6:30 in the evening. I don't know if I'm entirely trusted, but it's probably not that inaccurate. This clock isn't in the habit of outright sorting people out of their hours. Instead, it just makes several minutes more easily forgettable. Mistakes. When do you want to go to the Jinga Shrine? Not now, it's still too early. Thought you would want to go there as soon as possible. I do, but... My grandmother shakes her head. Oh, it's silly, and yet... At the same time, I can't help but feel afraid. Afraid? What do you have to be afraid about? I just wonder. My grandmother traces a pattern against the tabletop with her fingers. Well, I really see my Yukiya. There are no guarantees, it's just something I told myself because I thought it would make for a nice story, I suppose. You won't know until you go for yourself. Well, you're not wrong about that. You've always been a paramedic boy. I'm just trying to be sensible. Ah, yes, common sense. Which there is no common sense in this game at this point. My grandmother nods her head as though common sense is an old acquaintance of hers. My mother always said I lacked it. I was too busy drifting through life with my nose stuck in books. That's what I was taken in when I met Yukiya. I think when you caught my sword, it really did something from a novel or stage play. Play and books have to come from somewhere. They don't materialize overnight. People dream them into existence. And Bray Wyatt retains the title. That's not a surprise.
Why would it be a surprise?
I will say, apparently NXT's won 3 of the matches against Raw and SmackDown.
What matches?
They won the women's match, they won the Cruiserweight title match, and they won the mid-card match, because Roderick Strong actually pinned Nakamura. So remember how we said yesterday they gave him a new title and he was either going to be pushed or jobbed? He jobbed.
I'm so surprised by that one.
Yeah, the Viking Raiders won the tag team match, and Ziggler and Bobby Roode won the Battle Royal on the pre-show.
Oh, the pre-show. Something that does occur.
Well, this year they announced it on the pre-show that the pre-show matches count as well for brand superiority, which is a first. I certainly did a lot of daydreaming when I was a little girl. This situation is so amazing. If you told anybody, they think you were making up stories. It's not every day an old woman wakes up to discover she's a teenage girl again. Oh, and Adam Cole is still the NXT champion. You're quite right. The spirits have bestowed an amazing blessing upon me. I shouldn't waste it. A small silence eclipse. My grandmother frowns once more, her expression thoughtful, and drums her fingers against the wooden tape of the catskill. I, meanwhile, reach for the fruit bowl and select a ripe, juicy orange. For some reason, oranges are necessarily linked to the winter. It's some kind of Japanese custom, ingrained into our culture even more deeply than Christmas itself. Christmas isn't a real Japanese holiday anyway. We borrowed it from the West. Like Artico's favorite pair of white strappy heels, it's all imported. The oranges in my grandmother's fruit bowl, however, are locally grown. I peel the orange slowly, removing the white beath. I'm very good at precision prickly things like this. Back at home, when I still lived at home, my mother would always ask me to lend a hand when she peeled carrots or potatoes. My dad got me to remove the pith from his orange in the winter. I guess skinning fruits and vegetables is my special talent. But you can also use to do that to people, right, Fire Ninja?
What?
Peeling carrots and oranges is like peeling people's skin, right?
Of
You
course.
would know your goal.
I know.
Not that it's
I'm
much of a talent.
I'm not natural or half fool.
As I peel the orange, trying not to get my fingers sticky, I ask, so,
You know what's great about natural born half fools?
that they cheer for the New England Patriots because they're heartless?
No.
What?
They could also be regular food.
Well, that's...
But
So
where's
you-
the fun of that?
So you're going to the...
mixed it.
So you're going to the Shrine of the Silver Monkey. I suppose I should. I mean, I did buy that Camino. It would seem a shame to waste it. Wasn't it very expensive? A woman doesn't tell. My grandmother presses a finger against her lips. But it was a very beautiful pattern. Flowers on a pink background with a lovely ribbon around the obi. I wanted a flashy obi like that when I was younger, but my mother said it was too garnish. She said it would make me look like an easy woman. I don't want to read that line. I don't want to read that line. I don't want to read it.
Oh no. Don't read it. Skip it.
I'm skipping that.
Skip it. We do not need to hear a grandson go. You no.
No, I skipped it and I'm not going back. Even I have my limits. I never thought I'd have another chance to wear something so pretty. Not in my lifetime. It would look a bit silly for an old woman to wear something so lovely. I thought you didn't care what other people think about you. I don't. Not particularly, but sometimes even I want to look pretty. Yukio deserves that much. My grandmother sighs softly as her eyes linger on grandfather's shrine. His frozen face, surrounded by a wooden frame, looks back at us. He smiles brightly, as if taken to flights of fancy than I am. I might presume his smiling face is some kind of sign. Come on, you idiom, old girl, what are you waiting for? Don't you want to see me again? Yeah, if my grandfather were here in this very room, I bet he'll say something like that. Then he'd probably ask me to peel him an orange. Well, it's still much too early to go to the shrine. I'll give it another hour or so till all the stars are in the sky. I think that would be much more romantic. Was the sky full of stars when you first met Grandpa? A whole host of them. It really was beautiful, and he could name them all, too. That's what he told me. Sounds like he was trying to impress you. Maybe so, but he didn't need to. He impressed me already. Back then I thought he was the most wonderful man in the world. And part of me still does. I guess nothing can come between young love. Nothing except old age, at least. Now, you. You want something to drink? Yes, I would like a shot of Jack Daniels with rat poison, please.
Oh, I want that rat poison.
It sounds like a good idea. I thought so too. These old bones need warming up. A cup of green tea's just the ticket. I nod, picking up at my orange.
Just straight up rat poison, that's it. Rat poison and water. That's all I want.
It isn't snowing outside, but it's rather cold. I can hear a bitter wind blowing against the window panes, making them rattle. This old wooden house is poorly insulated, and the cool air shakes in through gaps and cracks. The air swirls about the living room, nipping at my fingers and my nose, even as I try to borrow the lower half of my body beneath the katsuo. I pop a segment of orange, now devoid of the white pith, into my mouth and chew slowly. My teeth break the transient skin of the orange, and its juice flows freely across my tongue. Thank God he's talking about an orange.
Are we sure?
I hope it's the orange and not his grandmother.
It's an analogy.
It's sweet and syrupy, and I think it tastes even better with tea. God.
Do you know what's also sweet? Alabama.
I thought you were gonna say pussy or vagina.
No, sweet home Alabama.
Right, I'll go and get things ready. You wait here, dear. I watch mutely as my grandmother buses off to the kitchen. Though she's younger than even than me, her movements still remind me of my grandmother's. They look less painful, her back no longer bent, double and her feet no longer shuffling, but she has the same dream.
Just remember, in Japan, the age of consent is 3.
Like sway to her step. That is true. It's almost like she doesn't quite inhibit the same way I do. Maybe for now, she really doesn't. I don't know what mystic has turned her into a young girl again, but I do wonder, will the magic work once more when we go to the shrine? Will we really see my grandfather? I suppose it's always possible. Stranger things have happened.
What if she stays young forever?
That would be weird. My grandmother and I sip our tea for a while in complete silence. Oh, that would suck. While the wind continues to howl and moan outside, then when all the stars are twinkling in the sky, my grandmother decides to get changed into her kimono. She exits the room, leaving me with my third cup of green tea for the evening. I savor it slowly, letting the tea slide down my throat and into my stomach. I swear I can feel it dismantling the subtitle chill of wintertime. There's nothing quite as replenishing as my grandmother's tea.
Did you say the subtitle?
Yes, they're using big words. While I drink my tea, might have been. While I drink my tea, I glance out the window curiously. The stars are well and truly out now. They hang over this small, sleepy village silently, all watching us from above. Those stars are burning masses of plasma. They look oddly cold and alone standing up there in space. They twinkle pretty enough, but there's something almost lonely about them. There are 2 particular bright stars shining away in the sky, even more magnificent than their rather more distant cousins. Between these 2 stars should be the Giraffe constellation, a curious collection of stars that supposedly make up the shape of everyone's favorite long-necked mammal. This is really showing I don't read well. When I was a kid, my grandfather tried to teach me about the stars. Should have taught me about Star Wars. I was never all that interested, but he engaged me on the subject enough that quite a lot of it stuck. He told me that the stars were romantic, he said. The vast, mostly unexplored annals of space had gripped his heart from an early age and refused to let go.
Stars are satanic.
He didn't fuss about things like little green men or undefined objects. He told me space was amazing enough without introducing any what-ifs. My grandmother's always been fond of the stars too. I think grandfather was the one who taught her about them, just like he taught me. He might not be here anymore, but the knowledge he imparted to me and my grandmother lives on, forever shining. I blink. Polis is particularly bright tonight. I've become rather proficient at spotting Polis thanks to my grandfather's tutelage. And I remember that when you can see Polis, Cape was only a stone's throw away. Then, there's the Giraffe. There's something I've come to like about the stars. They don't really change, and when they do it so you can't notice. And if you're standing in the right place during the right season and all the constellations are right, you'll always be able to find the stars you're searching for. They're just like old friends, Polis and Kappa. And over there, a little further back, would be Beatrice? Beers? I'm gonna go with Peter. Yeah, I don't know it. This star burning a fierce yellow on the patchwork of space above forms one of the corners of the constellation Orion, with Rigel in the opposite corner. I wonder if I can see any other constellations. What about the Winter Diamond? If my grandfather was with me, I'm sure he could find them. Yeah, he'll just put on AEW and look at DDP. As I peer scouting through the sky, the scent of green tea slowly penetrates the room. I can taste it on my tongue every time I breathe in. Green tea. The faint aroma of wood and snow? Stars ain't alone anymore. Framed against the black Trojan backdrop are small flakes of powdering snow, gently drifting and pottering down towards the earth like a shower of light flowers. Now, I can't help but ponder. Was it snowing the day my grandmother met my grandfather? Oh, you! A soft voice calls to me, drawing my thoughts away from galaxies. I turn my head. Oh, God. She's your grandmother. She is your grandmother, you. There, standing in the doorway of the living room, is my grandmother, but she doesn't look like my grandmother. She has a shy smile on her face, and her head is downturned with her dark hair receding over her shoulders in a wave. As for her kimono, it's beautiful. It wraps... They said black. It wraps... Yeah. It wraps about her body...
Like a very dark blue.
No. I don't want to read this.
Wait.
I don't want to read this.
It wraps around her body. She's straight up and down like a Kokeshi doll. Almost featureless in that traditional Japanese way.
Oh god.
No simple femininity.
Wappa Man, welcome to the most fucked up video game you'll ever see in your life.
What game is it?
A Winter's Daydream. Think Alabama meets Tokyo.
Think instead of daydream, they put the wrong word and it's actually supposed to say what. And there you go.
And you may want to bang his grandmother. That's what we said last night. You think the story's about a brother and sister who hate each other and they're gonna make up and get along at Christmas, and instead it's about how the grandmother goes from an ugly old woman to a beautiful young woman that everybody thinks that the main character's dating and fucking.
Something sweet. That's probably gonna be the ending.
Oh god, I hope it's not the ending where you hooks up with his grandmother. That would be weird. I'd be like, mayhem? By the way, that's Whopper Man. He's the home of the Whopper. If you order from Burger King, you get a free Whopper if you use Delivery Dash.
No five-finger discounts either.
No, unless you're a woman, because then you get a three finger. The Kamuna was a perfect find, despite being almost a century old. It's a soft pale pink decorated here and there with flowers. Oh god. Well, what do you think? My grandmother looks at the Tamlin mats. If I didn't know any better, I'm assuming she was shy. I haven't worn a kimono in a while and I forgot how brittle they are. I frown staring because I don't know what quite to say. What do you think you wants to say to his grandmother who looks like a teenager and is wearing something where you don't really wear underwear underneath? Put in the comments section what
Don't
mention
that. So much worse. Why? Okay, Samson. We need an adult. We need multiple adults that aren't Doug. Because Doug is the worst adult to have around right now.
Because I'm playing a game that seems to be about incest in Tokyo.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Are you still able to access Uno?
Yeah, I can now.
You want to play a couple rounds?
Alright, they're gonna be playing Uno in a little bit. I frown staring because I don't know what quite to say. What can I say? It's hard to believe the woman standing before me is my own grandmother. I've never seen a look like this before. Young, carefully made up, and full of life.
Stop talking about... No. We're not gonna end it with this.
I'm not doing anything.
Be reasonable.
You're staring at me rather intently, you.
Shut the fuck up.
Do I look bad?
This is what I had to deal with yesterday, Brian. And it was so much worse yesterday. You have no idea.
Yeah, it was pretty bad yesterday. We couldn't tell if he was talking about his grandmother.
It was a lot bad.
It actually broke Fire Ninja to the point where Fire Ninja got in the fetal position.
Good lord.
And was crying.
I had to move from my chair to my bed.
No, it's not. That isn't it. I don't think he looked bad, really. Really? I think so. Anyway.
Doug, where's my Oscar for that performance?
I sent it in the mail, but it should be there by UPS if they don't throw it over the house.
Throw it over the house.
It's UPS. What do you expect? I offer her what I hope is a reassuring smile. You look.
Yes, you go to.
Please don't. Please don't.
Please don't what?
Please don't. 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 Please don't continue.
I have to. This is like going to be my 264th platinum. You look nice, in my opinion at least. I don't really know how much it is worth though. Oh well.
You look nice.
Relief floods my grandmother's face, making it look prettier than ever before.
You look nice. Do you want to see what you look like missing your mouth? I would love to show you sometime, dog. How about I remove your jaw? So you can't talk anymore. I'll even rip out your tongue if you'd rather have that.
I know sign language.
So do I.
Standing in the doorway, concentrated against the plain cream walls, she really does stand out like one of the brightest stars in the night sky. Brighter, even. Beetlejuice has nothing on her. I did worry the design might be a bit too flashy after all.
Has nothing on her. Yeah, you hear that? You hear that, Michael Keaton? She's got nothing on. You got nothing on her.
You don't look a day over 16. And again, we should point out, the age of consent in Tokyo is 13. So this is technically not against the law, depending what happens at the end of this game.
You wanna we don't talk about this. How about that?
Please don't. At least just don't read it out loud.
If duck and cover works for nukes, then it should work for incest.
And the funny thing is, because Wappa wasn't here, and if you're just watching this and you haven't watched part 1, this is not how it was at the start of the game. We thought it was going to be a brother and sister who can't stand each other, and they eventually make up, you know, because
no, we can't even say that because that started really got messed up to begin with.
Yeah, it did kind of get messed up at the start.
Yeah, go bikini shopping for your sister. No, you don't. You're not screwing Brian like that, you stupid AI.
That's what the sister wanted the brother to do. Go bikini shopping.
I have one of those.
So that's what Fire Ninja is probably going to have to do in a few years.
Oh my god, I don't have.
We're team Brian. Remember that.
Right.
Okay, I just want to get.
Play zero.
I just want to get out of this house right now.
Play 2.
No, I was gonna do that anyways.
You do know 7-0, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I can't help you here.
The grandmother is asking the main character for a favor. Nope. Nope, I'm not reading that line. I'm not reading that line.
Wait, could you do this one? I'll read it.
Go ahead. You be the sick bastard.
Could you take my OB from me? I'm worried it's a bit loose.
Why did you say that like a woman?
That didn't sound right at all.
I'm sure you can figure it out. A small boy like you, don't you want to help your old grandmother in her twilight years?
Okay, I got one of those.
Stop trying to blackmail me. Nope.
Oh, do I get to read something else?
No, I'm not reading that.
But you're so good with your hands.
Matt.
This is always so serious.
Okay.
How handy you are in the kitchen.
I think you should have played the 7, probably.
Yeah, you probably should. But you're so good with your hands. It's not always tells me how handy you are in the kitchen. Call Uno.
God damn it, I forgot.
Why'd you challenge? I could've took it.
Sorry.
Am I helping you?
A little bit.
No, I'm talking about talking with my excellent reading skills.
Not until we get to... No. Danger, Robinson. Danger. Danger!
Small smile, my grandmother kisses me swiftly on the cheek.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
I get to this torture now. No, I'm stabbing it.
Stop.
Wait, we're gonna play Guapa Man? That'd be funny.
My grandmother used to kiss me while I was younger. I've always been a big fan of her kisses, particularly when her lips were so dry. And she smiled so strongly.
Fire Ninja, shut up. Shut up, Fire Ninja. Anyway, how's Uno?
Great.
Oh god.
Please be one.
I'm gonna do the best I can. There you go, right there.
Wait, you're just skipping lines now?
I'm trying to get to where we can get to some disgusting lines at this point, just because it's gonna make.
Just want to hear me read them.
Yep. Last night it was me doing the torturing. Tonight it's you get to torture. And I wish John Vibrator was in here because I would like to get his reaction.
Yeah, I already pulled off the girl voice. Remember? That was Ace Attorney. I did like 20 different voices, and that was hell.
Yeah, but funny.
I don't know why I jumped in because technically speaking, they were just yeah. How dare they?
And the Packers are gonna lose to the 49ers.
What do you need?
You could make it green. I mean, we can take it away from that 7. As soon as we play that 7, take cards from them.
And don't forget, guys, on Wednesday I have to sing a song. I just hope I do All Might proud.
Do all my proud.
I have to, because the Cowboys lost, I will be singing The Day for My Hero Academia Season 1 Opening 1.
Reverse.
And the song lasts 4 minutes, so pray for Johnny.
I'll probably be there Wednesday.
Oh, you get to be in it and hear me sing.
I'm just waiting to hear you go. Nope.
Oh, you fuck cut. God damn it. Actually, that's why I won in the first place. Go, you motherfucker.
Are you guys playing Uno or poker?
Uno. God damn it.
You can work with Red.
Yeah, I can.
I'm not making that green.
Chuck.
Whore.
Dick.
Sleuth.
What should I do?
Reverse. I was gonna say 7. That would have been the worst idea.
Yeah, considering that plus 4 I have.
Don't. Just try to get first like do the 7.
Do I gotta go with plus 4?
Yeah. We should probably try playing 3 if we can.
What do you need?
probably blue since that's what you primarily have. I'm just trying to get as many cards as I can.
Oh, you cut mustard. You got a seven in the hand.
I know.
I got this. Ready?
Reverse.
Cut. Oh fuck, wrong button.
Is this what I'm supposed to be reading?
No, I was taking something on my phone. By the way, don't forget Tuesday, Queen Sindel will be available.
Right.
Granted, everybody is, for some reason, people who have big YouTube channels get her earlier than us.
Yeah.
Don't jump in on it.
I have the wrong button anyways.
Well, I could warn you to jump in on it because they could really do anything with it.
What do you need?
Yellow. If I can't play that game. Are you kidding me? Got lucky that pole.
Oh, cock. Damn it. God bless it.
Really? Really? I went from how many? Oh, we're gonna add board to that. Screw it. Let's challenge it. Oh wait. Stock get six more cards.
Oh shit.
He had another draw four. Reverse.
God bless it. The one card I don't fucking have. Thank you.
You didn't challenge it. Play the
Monsters Matt. Big play. Ready? Oh, wrong button. Shit.
I hope it stays.
Oh, damn it. Oh, wait.
Play the 7. Get it back.
Give me back my cards, you dick. God damn it.
See what I pull. I'll be taking that.
Yo.
You need a green. Damn it. Okay, we're going for blue and red then.
Play the reverse.
Oh, the grandmother's crying. It got sad now.
Yeah, I figured.
Sorry, man. I tried.
Fine. Why do they keep making it red?
This ain't Yu-Gi-Oh!
Should've played green. Wait, that green plus 2, you
Wait,
only have blue, and I could have made it 0.
Okay, things just got weird. My dead grandfather came back as a ghost. Okay. We're gonna have that. Are we gonna have the same like in Ghostbusters?
He can challenge it, but it's the only chance we have.
It's vibrator.
I guess it's him.
I actually like this thing right now. I could skip, or I could go for that plus 2.
It's up to you.
I don't know why you chose
Yeah, let's make another turn.
True. But either way, it would have hit him. And then you, if he had one, you could have stacked down to his, and he would have had to draw 6.
Question is, two.
Well, either way, we would have either hit both of them or not.
Sorry, man, I put something.
Blue.
Why do I have a feeling this game's gonna go from being about a brother and sister arguing about why the brother won't buy his sister a bikini for Christmas,
Play it.
to his grandmother who became young is now gonna bang the dead grandfather who's a ghost.
What the fuck?
To quote the angry video game nerd, what kind of fucked up game is this?
We just need to move for my next turn. Okay, that could work too.
No matter what happens to my body, we will always be together in spirit.
I saw that plus 2. Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, but if it's you, then we're not really playing for you right now.
Alright.
That's why this is happening.
Should I go reverse?
I'm gonna try. I don't know what to do. I was supposed to skip.
Shit.
They won. They were down to lose. So I would have hoped for skip, so that way I could have
Yeah,
skipped into green.
It's been a long time since I played. Ah, eat a dick.
Play it. Stack it.
Oh my god. Wow. Karma, bitch.
16.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Is that where it works? I'm gonna go yellow.
Hey, I have one of those. Hey, I don't have a bleeding cock. Don't take. You can take L the pudding. See what he has. I don't know why he would use the 7 with that though. So stupid. I haven't trust work out of it.
This is a weird game.
Which color?
Red.
Royal screwing. Bum. Just gotta hope they, actually, too bad. Make it blue.
Gotcha, dog. Red or green?
Red. Cool. Mine.
Nice. That worked out perfectly.
I did it. I screwed him over.
Hell yeah. Up top, Matt.
Your own sound effects.
Cuck. Oh my god.
I should be able to
Oh my god.
jump in on that.
I'm gonna challenge that motherfucker.
It's time to do.
Cuck.
I have a plane burn, so it's okay. Just need to. Oh wait, no, I don't want to initiate that plane left. Force gone.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god. No, we're good with that hand. That hand is really good right now. But
go ahead and take. I was gonna say go ahead and take my hand.
Okay. Call it.
It's not gonna call it. Fuck. Oh, we just gotta
work with this. We can work this.
I call it now. Woo!
Give me plus fours.
Dude. And how you doing, Vibrator?
Oh, did you see what I started out with? That's great.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Did Vibrator lose his battery pack? Do we need to send batteries to him?
Go ahead, man. What you guys gotta do? Yeah.
Well, Fire Ninja, I don't see any other disgusting lines right now. Bad.
Oh, this is not good. Look at my hand.
Oh no.
We can work with it though.
Yeah.
First, gonna play this. Next one, I'm gonna play the 7 switch with you, so that way when it goes to you,
Alright.
play against it.
I think we're almost done with this game, Fire Ninja.
Oh my god. Let's go play.
Why do birds suddenly appear?
I'm gonna give you my mind. I got 2 plus 2s.
That equals 4.
Yeah, but how is it really called here?
It will. Trust me.
Definitely needs yellow.
I'll go cards. Art of the card.
Oh my god!
Art of the card. See, I told you art of the cards.
Yeah. Now I'll put these over.
Oh god damn it.
Wait. Oh, I'm trying to knock myself level.
Can't make it kill it. There we go. That's how it's done, buddy.
Do you see how many cards you have? That's how it's done, buddy.
At least we stop them from winning.
Why they keep it?
You play it.
Keep it.
Oh yeah.
Try challenging the yellow. Yeah, yellow dick.
Eat a
I have one of those. I have one of those.
I was gonna pass on the pudding. Oh, I can.
No!
It didn't work. Sorry, Matt. Damn.
Me and my 14 cards.
And Brock Lesnar won his match. And Team SmackDown won.
Bloody yes. I would have laughed if the trade with me.
Nope. Can't take my card. Oh wait, actually no, wait. Here, Matt. I got a plan.
You have like what make sure you all have double digits?
Yep.
No. Trust me. Check.
Order. Loot.
Well, at least the grandmother's old again, so that story's ended, thank God, and nothing weird happened, except grandmother made out with a dead body. So, yay.
You got to give my wonderful voice acting. You're welcome to my voice acting.
Damn it!
So remember, children, apparently in Tokyo, it is okay to bang a dead body.
Sure. That's the moral of the story.
I think that's why Superman's not as killed the Joker in Injustice 1.
Reverse it.
Funny how that's what I get at.
What?
John Fredwood said, "This is what I get back to hearing that grandmother fucked a dead body."
Oh. Yeah, of course. What? Yours didn't?
Let's try and help you out, Matt. I know he's got no plus twos.
Yeah, I would have to draw.
Okay, enough with you talking to your grandmother. Let's get back to the house and fight with our sister.
And by fight, you mean shot the king.
Oh wait, that's it. That's the end. We don't even get to see the ending between the brother and sister.
Yay?
That's kind of disappointing.
They went home. Do you know what happened?
I don't know. Thank you for reading. Oh wait, we do get an ending. For the last time, I'm not wearing a kimono. But Ultimo.
Plus 4.
Come on, lose 0. Lose or it's...
Oh, fuck. Oops. Change to blue. That works. Ooh. Go for a skip. Go for the skip. There you go.
Safe for that. We win.
That's how we do.
Oh, we almost got 600.
Shit. Good game, Matt. That's
destroy them. Eat real quick and then I'll be right back.
Oh no, why are we in the sister's bedroom? No, no, no.
sister's bedroom or something.
God, you're just as bad as Fire Ninja for this Let's Play.
I has returned.
And I'm in the sister's bedroom, Fire Ninja, and Giant Vibrator thinks it's going to be some hanky panky.
No. I don't need to hear anymore. Unless you need my wonderful voice acting some more. Should I stream after this? Do some more Ace Attorney? Or you get to do thousands of voices and kill my throat anymore? I don't care. I hate myself. Let's talk that one. We already know this.
Am I still down for or
I could stay around until Doug's done and I'll probably stream again.
I thought we'd be all playing poker when I'm done. So we can make Giant Vibrator go bankrupt. Again. I mean, I already have close to $200,000 I can in the game.
Internet up to that.
about a couple more hours until my internet's dead.
Well, I'll probably wind up streaming, he's turning on.
Oh.
That way I get to read for like an hour.
Yeah, I stopped reading because of the fact that there's no more disgusting shit. There's nothing disgusting or weird.
Not this time, right?
Yeah.
Do you like my little badge? Why are you defending the other,
Nope, 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 nope.
I just want to give more cards.
She still wants me to buy her a bikini for Christmas. That won't be weird at all. I'll just go to Tokyo and be like, I need to buy a... I need to buy a bikini for my sister. The next thing you will be seeing is how...
Do you want me to read it?
Yes, read it so we can scale Whopper and Vibrator. Go ahead.
It would have been much better if you bought me a bikini. And more cost-effective too. A nice swimsuit would have been half as expensive as these pins.
I'm waiting to see what Vibrator says. I already know Whopper wants freaking therapy now.
I'm actually telling you that I'm not talking about it. Yeah, screw you, bud.
Nice.
Yep. Now I'm gonna change it.
Why do you keep making it blue?
I keep making it blue. That's all you're fucking here. Sure. Fuck you.
There's a trophy for doing one of those. That's the only one I'm missing.
That didn't benefit me at all. Yes, it did. Oh, fuck.
It's blue again!
Damn it.
And you only had blues?
Okay, I want to kill the sister now because she's making fun of anime, saying losers only watch that. She must die. Don't make fun of anime.
Doug and I are both weebs.
Dude, I've been watching anime since I was a kid. I even watched the Sailor Moon porno from 1993.
I don't think you should be proud of that.
I'm not, but blame my uncle who showed it to me.
You're saying it with pride.
Hey, that was my
everything in your life.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with watching anime porn.
And it's more use for my voice acting.
It has better acting than WWE.
I really watch Young and Restless.
What the hell is Young and the Restless?
Soap opera. That's what WWE's turning into.
I've never heard of Young and the Restless.
My mom watches it all the time.
It must stay on one of those weird channels, probably BET or something.
No, actually it's on the channel.
Oh, huh.
God damn it! Make up your mind! You fucking take my cards twice, you dick! Nope. How about fuck you?
Oh, I see how it is.
See, karma. That's what you get for taking my cards twice, you dick. Oh, thank God, I was about to say. 3 times. Motherfucker.
We know my tactics also.
Hey, Matt, I'm gonna help you out a bit.
You're gonna take all 13 of my cards?
Yes. I'd rather you win, not them.
I don't think you realize what I was trying to go for here.
You're trying to fuck me over, weren't you?
No, it's gonna make it so I can have all the cards possible, and then switch it with one of the AI.
Oh.
Oh, why does this game take so long to finish? This game was only supposed to take 2 hours. And I know it's been 4, at least grand total of, let's see.
Whoa. You see that? You got it twice.
Over 30.
You skip me like that, see how it is. All yellows and one green?
Bruh. Hey, Mako. Get your revenge. I guess not.
I'll be nice, I could've played a +2.
I was trying to help you out.
I know, I said I could've, I didn't. Said I could've been a dick.
I'm gonna help you out. There you go. One last card. What are you worried about?
Oh my god, now all I have is yellow.
There you go. There you go. Right there.
I have one of those.
See, Matt? Trying to help you.
Yeah, until it becomes like pink.
Are we finally done with this game?
And you turn it red!
Sorry.
Yes, we're finally done. We've gotten to platinum.
I'm sorry. That's all I can play.
You could have ended it.
True.
Oh wait, there's actually notes.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I'm trying to help you. You fucking do that. Wow.
See? He helped me.
We're gonna read the notes to this game, because they left a note. So let's see. Hello and thank you for reading A Winter's Daydream. I hope you've enjoyed reading it as much as I enjoyed writing it. Somebody actually wrote this. Now this story came into existence is a bit strange. Last year I was browsing through random visual novels on the visual novel database. Didn't know there was one. So I could send some text box / UI with references to one of my UI artists when I stumbled across the grandmother / grandson incest tag.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh my god! It really says... No. This is what they're describing as a niche fetish. No, that's just wrong. There is no niche to this. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny this specific niche fetish had its own tag at all. So I looked through some of the relative VNDB entries to see what these NVs looked like. Somebody actually looked through that before writing this game. What the hell?
You did!
After this formative experience, I started joking that I should write a similar story with an impossible cute / young grandmother as the main hero.
I got him with the other half!
That's why I did it.
Yeah, so I hit you and I get screwed either way.
Yep.
Such a cuck. And a hoser.
Cooking a hoser. No, he's got most cards.
Use cards. Why not? I have one of those.
I don't know how to feel about this game now, knowing that line right there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, man, that's what you get. Fuck.
That's what I get. You got me screwed over.
Just for that?
Yeah, just for that.
Part of the cards. Yay. One card I don't. Oh, thank God. Well, say the one card I don't have.
I have one of those.
God damn. You guys playing Uno over there? Man, I would really like to play.
But that does it for this game. We're done.
Oh, this is so horrible.
And remember to look that stuff up so you can have weird nightmares tonight, okay? Good night.
Yeah, man.